Okay, welcome back to this video. In the last video, I showed you from beginning the introduction to HTML and all of that. So I want to show you how to download VS Code. So when you say download VS Code, it opens for you like this. So here now, if you come here, if you click on this, so it now open. So if you are using Windows, you click on Windows here. If you are using Ubuntu, Debian or what, you click on that or this, and then if you're using Mac, you click on this one. So I assume that we're using Windows here, so you click on Windows to start the install to start the downloading. So it's telling us thanks for downloading VS Code. So it will bring out. You say if it does not start, you click on this for download. So this is downloading. So it's now downloading. However, I already downloaded this, so I'm not going to do the downloading here now. I'm just showing you. So you wait for it as first time. If you have not done before, you wait for it to finish downloading. So for me, I'm canceling it here now. So when it's finished downloading, you go to your file browser. You go to your file explorer and click on downloads. You click on downloads and go to, like here now, I have it in my file. Say this is VS Code setup. So you click on it and start the installation. I already installed it. I'm not going to do it. It's very easy to install. You just follow the instruction. It will ask you whether you want to make changes on your computer. You say yes, and you keep clicking the necessary, and then you are done. So when you are done with installing your VS Code, you now I already opened this. Let me close it so that I will show you how to open it afresh. I already have it open on my system, but I have closed it now. So how I usually like opening my VS Code is that I will come to my file explorer here. And here now let me come to my local disk. Click on user here. Click on Lenovo. This is where I like putting my files, all my, especially my development files. So if I come here now, I I click on new. I just right click and then create a new folder. Click on new here and click new folder. So let me call this folder um, web development introduction. Web development intro. So I've created this file now. Where is it? Web development introduction. Look at it here. So I right click on the folder and then it will ask me to open with code. When you are installing the VS Code, there's a place that it will ask you whether you want your files to show they want to open with code. You check that box. So whenever you click on a folder, it will give you this option, open with code. So here, if I click open with code, it will now open the VS Code for me. So this is asking whether I trust this folder. I click yes. I click yes. So this is my VS Code environment. This is this is this is the folder I created, and so inside this folder now, I can now a create an HTML file. So to create a HTML file, you click here. Not just HTML file, you can click any file here. But for now, we want to create HTML file first. So if we click on this new file here and then give it a name, we can call it index.html. Why did I call it index.html? Index.html is a popular file in every website. It's like a gateway. Like when you are coming to a house, you go through the gates. So HTML index file is like the gate of a website. When you want to open a website, when you type in the web address of a particular website and send, so the server will search for index.html file and send it to the browser. It is that index.html file that will now help you link to various other pages of that particular website. So that is why I type this as index.html. We are coming to that. We explore more on how to structure our folders. By the time we begin to do CSS, we want to do JavaScript and so on. So for now, just take it. We have created a file here and call it index.html. Before I show you how to create a file, we have created a file. This is a file. And just like every other file, if you create a PDF file, you end it with .pdf. If it is an Excel file, you end it with .csv or .excel and so on. So here now you always end it with .html. When you end it correctly, you can see the Excel icon behind here. If you create another one and call it, maybe let's create another one here and call it style.css. You can see this is the icon of CSS. So this is a CSS file. You can create another one and call it you can call it index, whatever. If you like, call it index again. Call it index.js. So .js, now this is a JavaScript file. So when you put type it correctly, the code will now recognize. So VS Code now know that this is a JavaScript. Look at the icon of JavaScript at the back here. That is how you type in your. If it's a Python file, you end it in .py. So but before I continue, I say something that JavaScript not. I say something that VS Code is one of the popular text editor because of rich extensions. So to see the extensions in VS Code, you come to this icon here. Look at it, show you extensions. So if I click on this, it will give me various extensions. One of the extensions we are looking at is Live Server. I've already installed it. You can see that it's showing me here installed. So this is a live server. This live server is used for it helps for you to automatically view the changes you make in your code in the browser. As soon as you make any change and save it, it will now reflect in the browser you are using. So we have other, they see giving us recommended extensions. Those ones will come to them later, not now. So but the one we are interested at the beginning now is this live server. So it is already installed. If you after you install your VS Code and you come here and search um, for these extensions, if you have not seen live server, you can just search here. You can say live server, live server. Let me cancel this. I'm not interested in this now. This is not coming. Let me leave it. So if what I mean is, if you come here, you will be able to see the extensions, those recommended. So you click on install and then you install it and begin to use. So like me, I already install it here now. But those, if are seeing it for the first time, it will show you where to install. So you click on install and then you install it and then you start using. So here is my, let me go back to the index.html. So this is my HTML file. So HTML has a structure on how you structure it. Just like I gave a scenario of a human skeleton. A human skeleton, every human skeleton starts from head down to the feet. So that is how HTML also has a particular way of structuring it. You do not just structure it anyhow. It has a particular way of structuring it. It starts with defining the document type. You now define the HTML tag. You open with HTML and close, and then define the head, define the body, and so on. So let me show you all this. First of all those ones now, you may begin to type them with hand. You may begin to type the head, begin to type the body, begin to type the document type. But like dedicated code editor like a VS Code will give you automatic file in HTML. So if you come here and type HTML, you can see here that you see this option HTML5. So if you click on it, automatically it will populate the structure. This is the structure of a VS of an HTML code. So this is how every HTML code looks like. It starts with the document type. This doc type here, then it's telling you that it's a document type, and the document type is an HTML. So you are telling the compiler, that is a browser, that when it is reading this document, the type of the document is an HTML document. And then you now open this. This language equals is not compulsory here yet. The basic thing is that you can open it like this HTML and then close it with HTML down here. You open it and close it with a slash HTML, and then you use those tags. They are called opening and closing tags. So here now, this is the opening tag and this is the closing tag. So inside the HTML, you now have the head. You open the head here and close it here, and then you open the body. Look at where the body opens and look at where it closes. So inside the head now, you define metadata, you define the title of the document. Here now you just say document. You can give it a new name. You can give it a name like my first website. My first website. My first website. Then put the first. My first website. You can give it any title depending on what you are working with. So this metadata here now, we have the character set UTF. This UTF, these meta characters, they help you to have a good display of your web page. If this web page now is being opened with different devices like mobile phones, palm tops, and so on, they should be able to display well. That is the essence of defining those metadata. So you define them in the head, and then you define your title in the head. Inside the head here, you can also add a CSS file. On the normal ground, a CSS file is defined as a separate file. Like here now, I title here CSS file, and then you now reference it in HTML. But there are situations where your CSS style will not be bulky, so you can put it together inside the HTML. So inside H here now, you can include CSS. You can say style. can say style, and it will now give you, can now define your style inside here. So so after you are done with the head, you now have the body. Inside the body, the body now contains everything about the page. It's in the body that you develop everything, the main content of the page, different sections, different headers, and so on and so forth. So that this is the structure of an HTML page. So here now I already say something about HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So I want to show you a demonstration of how these work together, how JavaScript, CSS, and HTML work together to give you a dynamic web page. So if you let me click on file here, when you want to open a new folder, you click on file and come here and click on open folder. That is an existing one. So I will come down. There's a particular folder I open. This web dev. I will click on this and then select folder. It's asking me to save this existing one, so I click on save. So it will now open the new one for me. So this here now, this is a sample. It's a sample design. That is why I even name it as sample.html. That is the name of the file. And then a title, it opens the normal way of opening your HTML file. Open this is a document type. The HTML, the language is English. This E and here mean English. It specifies the language you are using. So it specify the language that you are using. And then you define the metadata and the title. So the title here now says HTML, CSS, and JavaScript demo. As demonstrating how HTML, CSS, and JavaScript work together. And then I put a style. So this time now we have not started coding anything. I'm just trying to give you a demonstration. So don't be scared with all this. We're going to treat them. We're going to handle them head on. They are not difficult things to do. So when you put your styles with the colors, with the position, it will now make your website to appear the way you want it. So after you put the style, then you open the head. So in the head now, I define what is called a div. A div is a kind of like a division that gives you the class of what you are having here so that you can use it to style in the CSS. I should not go into that. What I just want to demonstrate is to show you how CSS and JavaScript work together. So this page now, if I to run it, to make this show in your VS Code with the live server that you have activated, if you come down and look at this blue line here and this last at the right corner here, if I click on go live, if I click on this go live, it will now open. This is a simple page. Say welcome to web development. This is an this is a simple example to demonstrate how CSS, HTML, and JavaScript work together. So that there's the whole thing that you have seen here. That is what it's saying. So now, if I remove this CSS, if I remove this style, if I remove the style, this is where the style ends. Let me do Control cut. I cut it out. And if I save it, when you make any change, you do Control S to save it. And then you go back to your browser, you see the change immediately. So you can see now that it is no longer displaying how it was. This is a skeletal design by HTML now because the CSS is no longer there. So that is how CSS gives a website a good looking. So when you remove the CSS, it will now just appear anyhow like this. So if I go back again and here now, this where it's saying change background, if I click on this, you will see the background will change. If I click on this, you can see. And what is responsible for that is the JavaScript file. If I click on it again, the background will change again. And it's the JavaScript that is doing that. So let me go back to the code now and undo the changes that I made. I will do Control Z to bring back the CSS file. So the CSS is now back. What I will do now is to remove the JavaScript. See, this is the JavaScript here where it's written script. So if you are putting the JavaScript in a HTML, you normally put it at the end after you put everything in your body. In every other section that should be in the body, then you put the script at the end of it. But if you are writing it as a separate page, there's a way you do. We are going to look at that later. So I will now cut out this JavaScript. Do Control cut and then save it, save the changes. So if I come back to the position is still here the way it is. But if I click on this change background color, nothing will change. You see, nothing has changed now because the JavaScript, which is responsible for making that change happen, is no longer there. So JavaScript is the one that gives the function that makes the website function, while the CSS make it look good, like the positions and all of that. So if I go back again and undo that change so that the JavaScript will come back, do Control Z. So the script is now back. So if I save the changes, Control S, and then come back and click here now, you see the background color change again. So that is how these three work together to give you. So this is just a little demo. We are going to create real project that will create website like portfolio website, school website, many websites as we go. So, but for now, that is by introduction. So we are the class is starting soon. So when you join, we teach you everything. You don't need to have any prior knowledge. The knowledge you need to have is at least you need know how to type something on the laptop, on the computer, and you know how to search the internet. That's all. So you don't need prior. But if you are a secondary school leaver, you are a graduate, you are any type of personality, you are good to go with web development. So see you in the class 13 soon. Bye for now.